Ok. Vediamo se è partito. Okay. Welcome, everyone. We are back with our talks with Damanhur. Today, we are touching a very interesting topic about the relationship between human being and universe, the beyond. All the religions, all the different spiritual paths all over the world, they're always facing this aspect. What is next? What is beyond life? Tonight, we have with us Elefantina Genziana. Welcome back, Elefantina.
Con voi. Nice to meet you.
Elefantina is a researcher, is a writer. She wrote many books. She's also making a lot of research about different personalities inside human being, correct? And also hypnosis. And Elefantina is tonight with us also because she used to be part for decades, for many years of the Oracle Way. So she is a researcher that always worked around the beyond. That's why we asked her to be here with us tonight. First of all, Elefantina, I want to ask you if you can point out the difference or the peculiarity about the Damanhurian philosophy, talking about beyond. What is beyond for Damanhur?
Yes, of course. I'm sorry for my voice, but I got a cold.
It's October.
And yes, in Damanhur, we were using this field was a research from the beginning of Damanhur, because everyone, of course, is strictly connected to the deaths. No one can avoid it. And we know that is the most important, or for us, for our conception, is the most important experience of our day or our life, because no one can avoid it. And everyone is born for sure, and everyone has to die. And this big mysterious always that was important for human being in every spiritual conception, in every people all over the world. Always that was considered with a very big respect, and sometimes also with fear. But usually fear is when you don't have knowledge. So the first teachment that our spiritual guide, Falco Tarassaco, that was Oberto Eraudi in that time, taught was about death. And his first book was Learn to Die, because it's very, very important how to manage that experience and to arrive prepared and without fear, exactly. But if you have the knowledge of the processes and what it is, the meaning, and you understand that our body is not ourself, but is a part, is a temple of our soul, where we are, that we use to live in everyday life, is the machine, but the most important is what we have inside, that is survives, is always surviving, is not connected strictly with the body, is connected while we are alive, but then the soul continues the life of evolution. So this is basic, really basic. I don't know what you have to ask me, maybe something precise, but I want to say that this is very, very important to understand that there is not only what we have in material, so that is connected with time, that is connected with something that begin and then end, because that is connected with our body. But then, and before, we had a story of our spiritual part that is continuing and is never stop.
So you told something very, very interesting. You told that the very first book that Falco chosen to write was Learn to Die. Something like that in this new age, it's very important to recover, to reconquer this vision, this dimension about death. Like that, we know that in the last 2,000 years, especially because of the most important religions all over the world, people started to have a fear about death. So maybe Falco wrote this book because we have to win the fear to death. Is it correct, Cinziana?
I prefer don't use the word win because it's not a fight, and but it is something else. Is the knowledge, as I was saying. When you know something, you don't have fear. When you don't know, is why you have fear. So what we usually the fear about death is about what you don't know, what you cannot perceive, what you don't have experience about that. Because yes, there are some experiences of someone who has coming back from nearby dying or something like that. But usually we don't have experiences of the death. Also, if we have, but we don't know really. We don't remember what happened in our past life. So the knowledge is to know. When you know something, everything is easier. If you know that that is not a stop of what we are doing, but that is very important what you create in this life, because we are here to use every moment of our life in the best way we can, so we can manage and we can evolve in our life. And then when we will die, what we have conquered and realized is what is really important. What will be surviving in material things, but will be the spiritual part, what we have created, what we have given to human being, to the others, not only for us ourselves, but to the environment in which we are connected with the complex system in which we are. If we realize that we are in a spiritual ecosystem and we are on one level of that, so if we are connected with the others, with all the other spiritual and living beings and creatures, we can understand the why the aim of our life. And so we can understand that death is one step and then we are not finishing. So when you understand that, and you also understand how you can really help people to die in the correct way, so without fear, because you know that you are going without the problems that are connected with the body, and you can flow and continue your soul life, is really changing everything. So also to be able to don't have fear and not to fight, but to live, to perfectly enter in these experiences, maybe with curiosity also, because it's a new adventure that you are starting. I don't know if I answered to your questions.
Yes, it is. We are receiving many questions from the chat. Someone is asking us, what's the role does karma play in the transition between life and beyond? What about karma? In many philosophies, karma is a very important aspect.
Yes, sure. Karma means in pure in pure translation, in our conception, is what you have done. So it's action. Karma is action. It's not something that is karma in a negative sense, in something that is not good, but it means the
So
result,
it's not a matter of good or bad.
The result of what you have done. That is, so you have the balance. Like when you die, you have the balance of what you have done, your actions, your way to act, everything is action. What you have done or not had, or refused to do, or what you tell, what you say, your gesture, everything that you have done in your own life has like a weight, a balance, that you will have the judge of your life. No one else in our conception is like that. So when you will end your life, you will have the correct balance to judge, because no one better than you is able to to know really with your potential, with your talents, what you could be, if it was the best past, the best way, or something else, if you could have the opportunities, the possibility to do better, or that was the best for you. So basic inside what you are, the environment, situation, the talents, everything, you can balance what you have done. And if you are light of too much with too much weight, you can decide about yourself. So how much you really evolved or not with the talents that you have in your own pocket when you started your life, because each one of us is born with some talents. So karma, what have you done with that? How did you spend what you had at the beginning? They became more, you grew your money, your spiritual money, or you lose them? What happened about that? So you will judge in a perfect way what you have done really in your life. So the best way is live in the best way you can. You can your life, every moment of your life.
Okay. Another question. We are again. I have to repeat it. We are receiving many questions. So the experience of this life, are they able to influence my next life, what I do in this life?
Exactly, because when you have this balance, you decide what will happen later. So if you where you will be. So when you finish your life, what you have conquered became some part that will be part of your next life. So you will have this opportunity. What you have realized is part of your baggage, is something that can help you or can be an obstacle for you, because you have all the past life you have give you some gift for the next. I want only to say that it's not correctly to speak about timeline, because it's not timeline while you are outside of forms. Without body, you are not living in timeline. Timeline is only when we are inside. So when we are inside our body, living creatures in forms. But we use this term. So past life means life that you could have in different ages and moment, but they are strictly connected one another, because experiences is your way to use to manage your evolution. It's
Okay.
your own responsibility always to enjoy what you have and to also be happy with what you have every day.
There is another question that I think already you already answered, but maybe I can repeat it. Maybe you can have some other detail. Someone is asking if there is a sort of perception of time in the beyond. Is it possible in some way?
When you are outside, you don't have the perception. I don't remember, but in our knowledge is that if you are outside, you are not for sure inside time, so you cannot have that perception. But if you are here, you have the perception of the time, because we are inside, like inside the water of the sea. So while you are inside, you are a fish inside the sea, you have to use the logic of the fish inside the sea. When you are outside, you have to use some other kind of logic, but it's not ours. So we translate always with our logic. I don't know if it was clear.
Yeah, your answer is putting us in a very slippery situation, because when you are outside time, so when you are in the beyond, if you are not in time, it means that there is not past, present, and future. So it means that you have the same distance between the whole life, your whole lives. Is it correct?
Yes, we say that we are inside a big sea. The time is a big sea, and is why I use this example. So is in this big sea, there is not a direction from one to the other one. They could be mixed also in the same moment. When you are inside the form, you decode. I don't know. So you use the logic
decoding,
decoding. Yes, the time to represent and to tell about that experience. In our perception for what we are now, we can speak about the history of human being, what we know. So we start from the past and we arrive to the present and to the future. But it's our code.
Your description is fascinating because it's blowing up our mind. So do it means that the idea of past life, future life, it's a fake? So it's not so linear, this sequence between lives?
I don't want to say that is a fake, but I want to say that is the only one way we can understand here. But usually, but it is not to consider like that. If you are from outside, you see with other logics. So we are in the same. Is not important. What is not sense. Has not sense to speak about before or later. They are in the same moment out from outside.
Like to say in the ocean, there is not an island before an island next. Depends where you are with your boat.
The water is always water, so the time is always this substance in which you are inside.
Yeah, maybe we can talk about north and south, east and west, but not.
But you are the expert about timeline. Maybe the time you can explain better than me for sure.
You're explaining very well this aspect. I want to enter a little bit more in your specific research, Elefantina. You are working from decades about personality, correct? So yes. How does a personality, it's another question that comes from the chat, how does a personality evolve between lives?
Personalities, just to have an idea, maybe not everyone knows what they are.
Yeah, thank you very much.
In this case, just about this topic. Personalities, when we born, when we enter in our new life inside the body, we have some talents, as I told before, that are the memories, the experiences, the synthesis of the extract of what we have done in past life, what we have, the result of what we have done with emotions, memories that are inside of us. So they are different because we have different past life. So we have that, and we call in our new substructure of the soul. We have many of them, and each one is called personality, inner personality. So are different characters that we have inside of us that are strictly connected with the past life we have done. So we have some particularity, way to act and to think, to manage everything that is strictly connected with what we have been in other moments. So different logics and way to feel also about things. And it's depending, and so is why we are always changing during our daily life, different moods, different way to approach the life in different moments. They are different. We are not always the same. So it's because we have these memories inside us. So they are strictly connected with past lives, and that is because for us it's very, very important to remember that we believe in Damanhur. When I say we, I mean in Damanhur, we believe in reincarnation. So we are sure that the history of what we have done and we will do are strictly connected. So we are acting in this big mission of our evolution with the other people for the human being. So we have the responsibility of what we have done and what we will do, and what most of all we are doing now, because there is this sequence of events and acts that we are doing. So they are connected for sure. How we are is the result of what we have done, and which can change only what we are now. So we can change using what we have inside. So if we have experiences of different lives, we can put together and we can change that part. So we can change the result of this life we are living now.
So listening to your description, it seems like it's a chain of different personalities in different lives, but seems like a jail. So, is there a way to escape from this sequence of reincarnation? So do we have to reincarnate over and over for
Why
eternity?
you want to escape?
Because maybe there is something more than to reincarnate in a body.
Is a way to experience. We say that God decided to enter inside the forms and material to evolve. So it's an opportunity in which you can use more and more and have experiences and to be curious and to use with a lot of fun also different experiences. So for me, it's not good to escape from that.
Okay.
So it's a way to enjoy and to grow. And then, of course, when you finish this part, you will do something else because there are different levels.
Is there a way to finish this
There
cycle?
are different levels. So when you arrive in another level, like in a game, when you arrive some level, you go in the other one.
To another game.
Exactly.
Okay. So is there some hope about to finish this cycle of reincarnations? Okay. Another question.
It's also possible if you became enlightened in this life. That is possible. You can choose if you want to re-enter in the life to help maybe other people to reach the same situation or not. When you reach the level, you can decide what I want to do. I want to go down and to help others or to re-enter inside this or not. But it's not I don't want to consider this a way to a punishment or something that is not good. I am always thinking that life is really a joyful way to live, is the best way in which we can really create something new. So using all our possibilities of human being to create the best way, the world in which we are, and growing for human being and all of the planets and all the creatures, life creatures all over the world and all over the universe.
I really appreciate your answer because it seems that you are really enjoying your life.
I hope you too.
Not every day, but I hope I will be able to do something like your. So, Genziana, you touched another very interesting topic that is a topic about enlightenment, or maybe we can talk about masters. A lot of time reading the life and knowledge of many masters, also Falco Tarassaco, seems like that this wall between life and beyond is not so strong. So maybe
Yes.
it's possible. The actual question is it possible to perceive or to enter into the beyond also you are still alive?
For us, in Damanhur, in our conception, we have a strict connection with that. And it's very, very important that we have a big concept about ancestors, as all the spiritual people all over the world in ancient time, all worlds has done. So for us, it's very, very important that this a strictly connection, also about the ability to be always in contact, really to chat with them through several ways, also through dreams, but only with special rituals and moments in which we can exchange. For example, we are near to the death moment. Is just the death day in the year that in many cultures is very, very important. That is a moment where this bridge is really short and we can enter strictly in contact with death. And also there are also many other moments. So for us, it's very important to perceive really that we are still in some way alive and connected with us. We can go there, they can come here. So we have in several moments and opportunities to have this continuity, also to have suggestions, also to have questions, and also to understand how is in conception of our of the aim of the mission of the people in which they are part, how is going on with the help also of them. Ancestors are still inside the people in some way alive, and that is very, very important for us. Very, very important. That is important also because for us there is a mission that we are continuing from. We decided long time ago, all of us, and so we are continuing in this world that in this moment for sure is not so easy, because we can see, everybody can see how it's difficult, this situation, this age, for human being, for all the creatures. But we are here just for that, so for that reason, because we want to continue this mission to help and to change the history. Is not to go into destroying the human being and the planets, but to solve this and to reconquer the wonderful way to live all together for the future, for our future.
Someone is asking about animals. So do the animals have the same experience of beyond we have, or is different for animals?
The same experience of beyond, I'm not sure again, because I don't remember, but for sure they, in our conception, they are connected. For sure they don't have the complex system of the soul that as we have, because they have only one personality instead of us, that we have several personalities, but they are connected. We think also, in our belief, we believe that we are connected in our soul also with other kind of creatures, trees, animals, and so on, strictly connected with us. And so is while you are speaking about evolution, is for every creature, living creatures.
Okay, so maybe in a nutshell, can we say that for the animal is not a problem, so they can enter the beyond, but they're not conscious because they have not enough personalities?
No, I'm not saying that. I don't know if they are conscious or not conscious.
Okay.
I only am saying that the complexity of the structure of the soul is different.
Okay. Thank you very much. There are many people that they love animals, they have pets, and they were afraid about what happened to animals.
We help to die both human being and animals and trees, so creatures.
And what about people that they don't believe in the beyond? So it's a matter of beliefs, or it's something that happens to everyone? It's another question we receive.
Happens, but of course you are always free to believe whatever you want. There are a lot of incredible scientists who believe in God. Also, if we are scientists, there are many that are not. It's not each one is create the beyond that prefer, is free to do. We are speaking about our conception, but it's not the only one true.
Sorry, can I ask you something more to understand if I understood what you told? Do it mean that if someone is not believing in the beyond, they are not entering to the beyond because they are not able to create it, or it's different?
I can say that the conception for us is about everyone, but also that you can also decide what you want to do about your spiritual part, always. So if you think that is finishing, everything is finishing, why you don't have to respect what you want?
So what happened to someone that don't believe in the beyond when they die?
We think that also because you can say that in each people different people with different belief, different religion, different think about that in different way. The Valhalla or the hell of the heaven and so on. Each one can believe about things. So usually we say, what you believe, what you think that it is while you are dying, you will go there because you are exactly what you want to realize is where you are going.
So, if someone believe in nothing, they will go to nothing. Yeah?
Could be.
Okay, so it's a little bit scary.
I don't know, but I believe. So I'm not
So
scared.
it's not your business.
Exactly. It is to respect the belief of each one.
Okay. Someone is asking us about families, relationship, so boyfriends, girlfriends, daughter. So what happened to the people that they experience one life with a family or with in a couple? Do they will meet again in the next life, or every life it's a new game?
It's a new game, but it can also happen that you meet again people. Maybe you change totally the relationship. Maybe one was killing you, and then next time you kill him, or could be one could be friend, and could be the mother, could be the child. I don't know. So it's not the same. It's not repeating the same experiences. Also, you have to consider always that is something that I express many times, because for me it's basic, that we are so unique that no one has never been and no one never will be as we are now. So each experience is really unique. So that is why I am so joyful about life, because it's so important to have this unique experiences that, of course, also the other things are totally changing, because we are always moving. That could be relationship. Also happens during your life that you see someone, and you perceive that you know that one. Also, if you never met in this life now, but maybe you have some connection from other past life. Could be. There are a lot of different complexity systems that also can mix, and you can re-meet the same people sometimes if you need, but maybe not as you supposed to do.
Okay. So maybe we can say that every life is different, because for the universe it's important not to waste the complexity.
Sure.
So to repeat again and again the same situation, it's something that is not necessary for the evolution of the universe.
Exactly. Because
Okay.
universe never waste.
Okay. So diversity has a value. That's something very precious.
It's incredible value.
Okay. So, Genziana, you worked for many years with many people around the evolution of the consciousness of our personalities and the connection and the relationship between our personality, inner personalities inside of us. Do a work around the personality can help us to not only in this life, but also to help us also to achieve, to face the beyond in a different way. So working around the personalities can help us to face the death and the next life in a better way.
Sure. Also can help for several things. Most of all, to be able to enjoy your life that you are living now, as also to giving meanings, meanings and aims, to discover your own way to do the best and to reach the moment of your dying, of your when you will die in the best way. Sure, because how much more you understand, how much more knowledge, as I told you at the beginning, how much more easy everything is. For example, if you have if someone has a new car, has never driven, has an experiences of driving, and that starts, maybe he has fear, but when you know how is working the machine, and you can manage perfectly.
Okay. And doing the opposite, if we worked very well around personality is in a past life, is it something that can help us in this life, for example, to remember our past lives?
To remember past life there are in Damanhur several courses about past life. So to research and to understand what is some past lives that are very useful for you now. Also, there are several methods also in hypnosis with it's possible to do like that. Having experiences about that is really possible.
Okay, but why some people remember the past lives without any courses, and someone need to have courses?
Is as every talents we have, why some people is able to understand physics so easy, some people for some people is very difficult, or about everything. So there are people who are more dedicated to something and not for other things, for different sensitivity, different talents, different abilities.
Different karma, maybe also.
I don't like to use the word karma usually.
Different actions of the past.
Different differences, because we are different.
Okay. And what about this aspect that many people are facing all over the world? So lots of people all over the world, they don't remember the past lives. Why people that don't remember past lives, why they don't remember past lives?
That when you enter inside the new experience, you have to reconquer, and not with this. Also, a very simple, easy example. If you have been a very big conqueror and warrior, and you
Napoleon.
won, Napoleon, or I was thinking about Alexander, but it's the same. When you have so big experience about you have to conquer to destroy, and that was the good thing in that past life. If you restart with this, of course, and if you use the same way you will kill everybody around you, and you will don't realize what you have to do now. So it's better don't have this, but to restart with your talents now, to discover how is life now. Then, little by little, you can reconquer your memories. If you are in an evolution path, you can reconquer your memories.
So memories, they can affect too much the new life, so you're not able to create a new life, a diversity. But after, when you create your diversity, you can start to remember, to reconquer something of the past in order to continue this evolution. So it's a matter of rhythms, times.
No, I
cycles.
suppose it's not about time, but it's about evolution level.
Evolutions.
So there are also people like Falco, for example. He was enlightened, and he started very, very young to reconquer his evolution, to reconquer his memories.
So maybe because there was a project, maybe because there was the need to do that. And so it means that people all around the world, they have to remember only when we are ready to remember, correct?
Yes, when it's useful, you could.
When it's useful.
You can.
Okay. So looking around all over the world, there are also many civilizations of the past. I remember in South America or Central America, there are many cultures, many civilizations that they have a very strict and very open relationship with the beyond. It's not the same here in the Western world. People usually, they don't talk about the beyond. They have fears about death. So what do you think? What can you suggest to the people in order to achieve this knowledge about the beyond today for the people all over the world? It's something that you can suggest, something you can suggest to the people to do that.
Yes, I suggest most of all to speak about that, to have a talk, to read, to know. How much more you know, how much more easy it is. So to read a lot, we have really a lot of books. Most of all, the first one I told you before, Learning to Die, but also there are other books of Falco and other research also to study, to have these courses about spiritual paths, also about meditation, about past lives. There are really several experiences in which you can enter more and more inside that, and to understand the meaning, to understand what is really the deep meaning of what is our life, so also the death that is part of the life. And I want to say also this is very important, that several cultures had this and have now not so many, and it's very important how much more we can reconquer the history and the knowledge of ancient people, because they are very important. We lose that, and we lose a lot of knowledge, so it's very important to speak about that. That is the first way to understand life. And I want to say something also, that just a few days ago was Sami Basso was died, and he was 28, but he was he has a very terrible sickness that is called the, I don't know if in English is the same, so the
they all die very fast. Yeah.
And so that has a genetic sickness, ill, that is, you start became old when you're born. So he was 100 years old, and
Progeny.
I don't know, progeny, I don't know in English how it is, and the name perfectly. And that is very important, because he left a letter. He was very incredible using his life, because he was conscious from the beginning that he was approaching every day was a way to arriving more and more near to die. So he decided to use his life. That is really a big teachment for me. To decide to use every day of his life to enjoy, to meet people, to study. He had 2 masters. He had was a biology. He studied a lot his sickness, and also he opened research studies, and he spoke with a lot of people all over the world. So he used completely his life, also joking, also staying with people in a joyful way. And he wanted to live this teachment. And he had left also a letter for his funeral. He said, when I will die, I want you open this and you read this. And that he told about the joy of the life, that he was he said,
he was grateful.
I want really to thank the life and to thank God, because I had these experiences to live, and is the best way is to enjoy your life. So that is a big teachment, when you know that you are approaching, and it's really near to you the die, you change your way to approach that, because you know and you prepare. So the important thing, he say, never you are really ready, but you are prepared, so that it is. So for me, it's really a big teachment that could be for each one the way to the suggestion that I can say. This is really, I am speaking about that, but it's not this my experiences, but I can really show him as an experience, a suggestion for everyone to take care of your life and to use every moment of your life. Don't waste your life, but enjoy, because it's very important to be grateful every day for what you are and what you have.
Yeah, your example remembered me a quote from the Dalai Lama. He told many years ago that the Western people are very strange, because they live as they will never die, and they die as they never lived. So I think it's important that the Sami Basso example about people that are aware that to die is something that will happen. And so we have to spend our life in the best way if we want to die in the best way. Yeah. So Elefantina, your the picture you painted to us, it's a very very interesting picture, because you are always talking about a death is connected to consciousness. So we have to be conscious, we have to talk, something that has to be present in our life. Is it something that in the Damanhurian daily life is present? So are the Damanhurians ready to die? Do they have a path to do that? Do they prepare themselves to die?
Yes, we have a lot. We are always, for people who are inside the meditation path, so who share the spiritual way we have, is very, very important to prepare and to be able to understand. So to think about that, when I will die, what I want to live, to what I want to realize, and to planning your best also for the others, also for what you want to really live in a spiritual way and in material way. So you make sense for you your life if you think about that you will die, and you could die in every moment, because you don't know, an accident can happen to each one of us in every moment. So it's better to be ready for you and for the others.
Okay. So Elefantina, thank you very much, because I think we touched many aspects. We also received many questions from the chat, and I'm checking now if there is some new questions. Well, maybe, yeah, another one. Someone is asking if can we today in this new world, can we change our perception of our idea about death because of what is going on all over the world? For example, the war or the pandemic. All the so is the world now teaching them something about death or not?
I suppose that each experience has to prepare us to that. So
If we listen.
also, yes, if you are conscious of what is happening, if you think that you could be there, hurricane, you could be there, war, you can be there, COVID, or everything could be, you could be there, or your relatives or your friends or your lovers, everyone. So to be conscious, that is your responsibility also, to be ready always to prepare yourself and to prepare the others, and to avoid how much more you can the way to lose our precious life. So to always be grateful for life and to help people to live everywhere in peace.
Okay.
And with the famous word that is very difficult to use, but is love.
Thank you very much, Elefantina. It was a very, very interesting speech. The topic, of course, was very interesting. That's why maybe we received a lot of questions from the people. I think we touched all the topic. Do you have something more that you want to say, or do you think that we touched every part of the topic? I think we touched many aspects of the topic tonight.
Yes, we touched a lot of them. Of course, they are just touched. So I suppose,
Yeah.
I hope to make curiosity, to put some seeds inside each one. So I suggest to explore more, to have more curiosity, and to explore, to study, to enter inside that with a quiet way.
You partially already mentioned something, but I want to ask you something more clearly. Is there some experience course that you can suggest to the people that they want to enter deeper into this topic? Some Damanhurian course?
Yes, there are about spirituality really for yourself to evolve. For sure, there is a special course that is meditation. But if you want only to explore, not entering so much in touch about your life, you can also have courses. There are really several inside the academy. You can enter past life, but also physical, how do you call it now? Physical with our physic way to speak about physics, or also
spiritual physics,
spiritual physics, or also really several, because each one is connected with death.
Okay.
Also past life, for sure.
So I think we have many,
and personalities, of course.
and
also,
of course personalities. I think it's very important because it's part of this process.
And if you want to reach the way to enter and to be able to enter using your talents to remember also from inside the techniques, you can also learn hypnosis.
Okay. Hypnosis also. Thank you very much. So thank you very much, Elefantina Genziana. I ask the people to subscribe to the channel if they don't already do it, and also if they are interested in your books, they can find your books in the Damanhurian shops, correct, Genziana?
Some of them, yes.
Yes, and see you next time. I also want to mention we don't not mention that in the 1st of November we will celebrate the ritual of the death. So every year we also celebrate this ritual that is written every year, where we are strongly connected with the death, the Damanhurian death, but all the death people all around the world. And so we again suggest to the people to talk and to enter deeper into this topic, because it's something very important for our evolution and for the evolution of human beings. Thank you very much, and see you again.
Convoy.